That's just the name of the show. Hello and welcome once again to the spare bedroom. Though things are a little different, as you can see. New background, new intro, because this is basically going to be a pilot episode for a show we may try to do where we debate things every week with a new topic. Or not every week, but once a month. That's kind of the plan. We're going to kind of focus more on weekly topical shows, rather than when we just have done show up half an hour on it before a Sunday and try to piece something together. So this is three-way. It's going to be a three-way debate style show where you, the audience, is going to pick the winner. At the end of this, we're going to put some polls up, and you in chat are going to pick who is the winner. And what are you deciding the winner is? Well, last night we did a fantasy football draft, though not with real football players. We chose football players from famous football movies. List of about 22, 23 football movies. If you can think of a football movie, we probably had it on the list, except for Ace Ventura.
Was there a good Ace Ventura football scene?
No, it just has Dan Marino in it, so everybody's like,
oh,
you could actually have Dan Marino on your team. It's like, no,
Not
it doesn't.
I guess I thought you guys were talking about when he was like pretending to be a mentally challenged guy at that institution, like pretending to play football.
Yeah, that's who I want on my team. So this is going to be, we each drafted teams. We'll reveal them soon, and then we're going to do some opening statements, do some debates. We're going to have some MVPs of the team, coaches' speeches, and like I said, at the end, we're going to need you to pick the winner. So let me get to our teams here, and I'm going to start things off with the opening statement, speech, where we kind of reveal our teams and why we picked them and why we think they're better than the other people. So let me switch here, pull up the teams, pull up a stopwatch because I am going to time this. So we each have 3 minutes to do an opening statement about our teams. So you can see my team here. I'm going to start the stopwatch. All right. I wrote a little bit here. I didn't finish it. But when it comes to my team, remember, if there's no rule that says a dog can't play football, then there probably isn't a rule that says a horse can't play as well. Because my team's chock full of animals. We got Air Bud as my wide receiver. Have you guys tried to catch a dog? You can't. You can't catch a dog. And that dog catches footballs. So that's why he was the #1 pick overall in this draft on my team. But if you're looking at my team as well, you may see some star studs in there. That's right, you see the Rock, and you're not seeing double, or wait, you are. There's 2 Rocks on my team. I have the Rock from the Gridiron Gang and the Rock from the Game Plan, a movie that probably nobody's ever seen before. But
I have not seen
that doesn't matter. He's probably a good quarterback in it because he's the Rock. As well, I got my defensive line, the Little Giants. Little thing about the Little Giants, they're a bunch of 10-year-olds, okay? And I think they're going to be stopping anyone in their tracks. Because, again, you hit a kid, you're going to jail. Good luck coming against my defensive line. My offensive line, on the other hand, we got the replacements. I don't know anybody other than the sumo football player, but there was that great scene where he catches the football thrown off the helmet, and he says, "Holy shit, I caught the ball," and he runs it in for a touchdown.
Oh yeah,
Good scene.
Tell me a better offensive line than that, and a better scene from an offensive lineman than that. All right. Rounding out my team, we got, as I said, a horse. I got Gus the Horse, a famous horse who was kicking field goals back in the day with Don Knotts back in, I don't know, the 50s when you could still get away with animal cruelty in movies.
Like you do back in '97, apparently. Air Bud.
All right. Have you seen a horse kick? A horse can kick a man to death. Imagine him kicking a football. Exactly. We're getting 60-yard field goals. All right, a minute left. Who do I haven't explained yet? We got Don Billingsley as my running back from Friday Night Lights, a guy who is known for dropping the football.
Yeah.
But he's got a cool dad who fucks high school kids. So, I mean, think about it. Who wouldn't want that guy with emotional problems and family issues on your team carrying your football? All right. Then we got my 2 wild cards, my linebacker and my defensive back. I got the crazy guy from The Longest Yard who loves the view. And I got John Favreau from The Replacements. Both guys who smoke on the field when they play. absolute wild cards. All right, I got 15 seconds left in my opening statement. As you can see, well-rounded team. We're including animals. We're including twins/clones. I think it's going to be a tough team to beat. We also got a bunch of 10-year-olds. Don't forget the 10-year-olds. All right, that's my opening statement. Try to beat it. All right. Next up, all right, we're just doing this in the draft order, which was me, Kooks, Eric. So we're just going to go with this. Right. So I'm going to pull up Kooks' team, and then he'll explain it to you why he made some awful choices. All right. They can see your team. You got 3 minutes. Go.
I don't know if I'll need all 3 minutes.
You don't need it. But
we'll see. Here's what I'll say. I think this podcast has already shown that I'm the winner of the group. So I'm going to continue that trend by winning this. I coached football for 8 years. I eat, sleep, breathe football. My team is not as funny as Dane's. I got no gimmick animals.
I went for gasps.
You went for gasps? I went for a team that would win. And when you're voting later, think of that. So we'll start it off with my quarterback, Shane Falco. You got grit. You got experience. You got life lessons. Guy lived on a boat. He's got the flow. Plus, he has the best quarterback speech out of all these guys.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
it's debatable. It's debatable. Again, I've never seen the game plan.
Now, on running back, we got Earl Meggett. That's Nelly. All right, speed and agility from the longest yard. And also one Band-Aid, which will help with the glare a little bit.
In the one eye.
In the one eye. The one eye will be set. Wide receiver. Show me the money. Rod Tidwell. I got Rod Tidwell from Jerry Maguire. Precision route running, right? All-time leading receiver for the Arizona Cardinals is my receiver, okay? At tight end, I went with a little more run blocking. We got Cheeseburger Eddie from the longest yard.
He loves his cheeseburgers.
Guy loves his cheeseburgers. He also loves to run block, all right? Loves to run block. Now he's going to go for yards, all right? And then my offensive line, I went with the program. Now, if you haven't seen the program, it's about an elite college football program. Movie was made in 93. Go check out that movie, but what you should know is offensive tackle Bud Light Kaminsky and that entire offensive line has 4 seniors, and they've been going through weight training for 4 straight years. All right, on the defensive side of the ball, I stayed with the program. We win in the trenches. We win in the trenches.
I know for your pictures, I just found like just a picture of the team.
Yeah. We win in the trenches. Latimer, if you haven't seen the movie, if you don't want Latimer on your D-line, then you don't know anything about football, right? He might beat up his girlfriend and be on steroids, but the man can ball on the D-line. Linebackers, all right? We got the linebackers from Any Given Sunday. We got Luther Shark LeVay, played by Lawrence Taylor, the greatest linebacker in the history of the NFL. End of discussion. Defensive back, we got Brian Chavez from Friday Night Lights. All right. Yeah, youngest guy on the team, but a scrappy safety, plays downhill. And most importantly, who's leading him, guys? Who's leading him?
Neo from the Matrix. Tony coach.
Pacino, Tony D'Amato. I got the leadership, I got the grit, I got the best football team. But your guys are cute.
All right. With 5 seconds to spare. Not bad, not bad. Not a bad team. I don't know. Again, can he take on a horse? We'll find out. All right.
So, like, does the horse kick the ball, like, backwards? Or how does he kick it? Like, does he, like, kick it like a regular horse kicks? Or does he kick it, like, with his front legs?
He kicks it with his front legs.
The dude in a horse costume?
We'll get to that in the debate round. All right. Let me pull up Eric's team, and he can explain why we got... I mean, if you know Eric, you know what half of his team is going to consist of.
Oh, man.
All right. And
the boys from West Cannon, Texas.
Go for it.
So I named my team the Angusville Silverbacks. Their logo and their mascot is a gorilla smoking a cigarette. I decided.
Fuck.
So at QB I got Jonathan Moxon from Varsity Blues. A horrible Southern accent, just a all around, just a poorly acted part. But he takes his team to state in the movie Varsity Blues. If anybody knows me, knows that I'm super wet for Varsity Blues. I have been since I was a child. So I stuck with that consistently through this. I took the O-line, Billy Bob, a fucking 10. Yeah, and at wide receiver, I got Tweeter. I got a quick quote from Tweeter here. I got time. So when he pulls up to Mox and he says, "We're all naked in here. We got handcuffs and cool shit to play with. So take off your clothes and get in the car." Which is one of my favorite quotes from the movie. So yeah, then also another honorable mention for one of my star players was Tom Cruise at corner from the movie All the Right Moves, which is a very poorly produced movie from the 80s, which has Tom Cruise playing a football player, and it's very, very not well made. And Chris Penn plays a linebacker, and it's just about a shitty football team from Pennsylvania. But I just wanted Tom Cruise on my team. Like, he's not that good in that movie. It's not a very good movie, but I just thought having him on my team would boost my morale a bit. My weakest player by far is fucking my running back, Petey from Remember the Titans, who's a little bitch. Quits the team basically and gets thrown in corner and replaces Ryan Gosling. Yeah, obviously not my favorite choice, but I think that's one of the. I didn't really have that many options. Also, I like to point out that all my team is winners, minus my D line from Friday Night Lights. So, if you've seen all these movies, they all win in the end, except for Friday Night Lights, where they lose. But they had to.
But they win a lesson.
But they had to stick to their the storyline of what actually happened in real life. So that's bullshit. I like to point out that I have a special needs player on my team. My tight end is deaf as fuck, completely deaf. The tight end from Remember the Titan or the Replacements, who was also Pam's husband or boyfriend or whatever in the Office.
I thought you were talking about Bobby Boucher.
Oh yeah, also I like to point out I have Bobby Boucher, fucking Bobby Boucher from the Waterboy as my linebacker, also known as the Southern Dandy, and my coach is Gene Hackman from the Replacements. Who else have I mentioned? Oh, and my kicker is the guy from the Waterboy, because that was the only other one that I knew. All I remember from that is that he to picture the whatever, he pretends that the ball is a Ku Klux Klan's face, and I just thought that was funny.
All right, so we got our teams. Everybody knows the players, knows who's on the board. Opening statements are done. Now we're going to get to some shit-talking debate rounds where we say why our team's better than the other ones. Again, we're going to go round by round. We are going to have an open debate round later where we all can just shit-talk over each other and try to fight for the mic. But we are still going to do this round by round. So I'm going to do my rebuttal or my debate round here. So I got 2 minutes on the clock to say why my team is better than these other teams. All right. Starting off with Eric's team here, because I got the picture up. I mean, you're just going against Varsity Blues, basically. Plus the Waterboy. I mean, kicker-wise, if he's not in his game, he's out of it. Bobby Boucher, you can get him, just start talking about water. Talk about Gatorade.
Shit talk his mom.
Shit talk his mom, and you can get this guy out of it. He doesn't even know the rules to football. And you're picking this guy? Man, come on. You think he's going to get you to the win? Again, you got your defensive line is a bunch of your O-line? Yeah, your defensive line's a bunch of losers, as you said. So I don't know why you even stated that. You got a guy who's a concussion away on your O-line. If we all know Not Another Teen Movie, one more concussion and that's the end of the game. As well as a guy who might be in jail. Tweeter, he's handcuffed in the back of a car. He's not worried about the game. And then you got a deaf guy? I mean, come on. How many people on the team know sign language? How are you supposed to get this guy the plays?
Can read lips, bro.
Oh, come on. And then, as you said, you got a quitter on your team.
Yeah.
I mean, Eric basically fought for himself here, so I don't even know why I'm on him. So let's get to Kooks' team. Kooks, he thinks he's picking the strong team. I'm a football coach. I know football. Yeah. Does he have a horse? Does he have a dog? No, then he doesn't know football, okay? He's got Shane Falco, who never made it to the NFL because he's a washout. He's a has-been, and that's who's you running your team, a has-been? I don't think so. You got a smoking guy with gambling debts as your kicker who's got the mob after him, who's going to kill him after the game. And you got a guy, I mean, come on. Cuba Gooding was high on coke. He wasn't a good player. Show me the money. He wanted the money for drugs. Let's be real here. This is why my team's wholesome. We got animals and kids. Pick my team. Other teams suck.
All right, so that's how we do it.
That's how we do it.
So we just fucking beat the other team until the other person cries.
Yep.
Who's up?
All right, Kooks, you're up again now.
Yeah, sure. Let's start with your team. You want to pull that up?
Yep.
The dumpster fire.
This fucking abortion of a team.
It's you can tell Dane didn't. I don't know if he's ever watched a football game, judging by this team, but we can just run through this quick. You got the Rock on there twice. Couldn't get snaps in the CFL. So end of the Rock. All right. Airbud, the average lifespan of a golden retriever is 9 years, and that guy doesn't have any opposable thumbs. Wash him. All right, wash him. Punctures a ball, they kick him out of the league. Okay. Your entire defense smokes cigarettes, so they can't run. All right. At least my kicker doesn't have to run. Okay. You didn't even mention Krasinski because I'd be embarrassed having him at tight end as well from
I
that
did
terrible
forget him.
movie.
Shit.
All right, and then who do you even have? You have the replacements offensive line. That's your only strong suit. I'll give you that one. Other than that, your team is trash. Next, let's go, Eric. Who's the star of your team? Moxley?
Jonathan Moxon from West Cannon, Texas.
I'm pretty sure Lance was better. So
that cripple? You talking about that cripple?
I'm talking about the guy who got a scholarship
Did he get
and
a car
continued to
accident
play
and
football. Who else? Honestly, you do. You have a high school team from Texas. There's 90% of your 90% of your team is a high school team from Texas, and the other two, Boucher and your kicker, were on a team so bad they'd lose to a high school team in Texas. So, and then you got Hackman, who doesn't have a good speech in that entire movie, so he's pointless to have on there at all. And you picked Petey at running back, like Julian Washington from Any Given Sunday. LL Cool J was still available, and you picked Petey. He got cut from the position.
He didn't get cut. He quit. He thought he was better than that.
At the end of the day, you got Bobby Boucher making plays, and the Mud Dogs will not win the Bourbon Bowl.
Good closer. I like it. All right, Eric, talk your shit.
All right, let's go Dane's, I guess, first. Dane's team is fucking sad. Like, how hard would it be? Like, literally, all you gotta do to fucking discourage a dog is go up and slap it on the nose, and it'll fucking run away with his tail between his legs. A horse, like, I don't know. All you gotta do up is fucking go up to it and clap your hands. It'll fucking run. It'll spook it and run away.
Quit scaring my teammate.
One of you guys is from jail, so he's probably not available. John Favreau, that's actually the only respectable one you have on your team is John Favreau. The Rock in the Gridiron Gang, that's just a shit movie. The Game Plan is a shit movie. Billingsley gets beat by his dad on a regular basis, so his morale's low. Like, and I forgot Leatherheads was even a movie because it's so shit. And like 10-year-olds on your O-line or D-line or whatever, like how hard is it to push over a fucking 10-year-old?
One kid has a Darth Vader helmet on.
And a sumo wrestler is your O-line, like that's, I don't know. That's kind of acceptable. Okay, Kooks is. Yours actually isn't too bad. Yeah, I don't know. The kicker fucking, Fuck, your team's too fucking good to bitch about, man. Because Pacino's speech is so fucking sexy. Falco's... Damn it.
He's got 2 guys in jail.
Yeah, I guess so. Tidwell, yeah. Honestly, Kooks, you picked a pretty solid team. It's hard to talk shit about your team. I mean, they got no pizzazz. They got no fucking... nothing going on, really. I mean, Cheeseburger Eddie throws cheeseburgers. That's kind of lit. Fucking your wide receiver has a cool fucking monologue about how he wants to see some money. Chavez is just some little bitch from high school, but I guess my team is all fucking high school players. So what the fuck do I have to say about that? Yeah, I don't know, Kooks, you're pretty hard to bitch about. So I like it. I like you. I like what you got going on here. Dane's is more easy to fucking talk shit about.
All right, well now it's rebuttal round where I now get to defend what these guys said. So another 2 minutes on the clock here. All right. You think you can discourage a horse?
Are you gonna bring your team up?
I don't even need to.
Discourage a horse? You know how easy it is to fucking scare a horse?
All I said, you need a horse, you slap it on the ass, and it's going to kick a 100-yard field goal. It doesn't matter where it is, okay? And again, The Rock. The Rock has a contract in all his movies where he can't lose. That's a real thing, okay?
Exactly.
So if this is a movie and he's in it, our team can't lose. It's against his contract, okay? And again, you're saying I got kids. I got kids. Yeah, I got kids. Okay, they're going to be so small on the defensive line. Or wait, do I got D line? Okay,
Yeah,
I was going to say they can go under your legs. Okay, now that doesn't work as D line. Okay, you got me there. Leatherheads. I got a guy who doesn't even wear a helmet on my D. Okay, that's how tough he is. He doesn't care about concussions. Again, and then I got my wild cards. These guys are fucking crazy. They'll fucking kill you on the field. Bateman tackled his own quarterback. That's how crazy he was.
And to get a ball, he burnt the guy with a cigarette.
Again, true. My guys are they'll do whatever it takes, I think. Again, their coach too coaches prisoners. So he's used to it. He can coach these mess ups. You got Hackman and Al Pacino. You think they can combine all these hot heads on your team? No, it takes the Rock. Okay? It takes a rock, a steady rock.
Also, have you ever seen a fucking horse go rogue? It's pretty scary.
Exactly.
You just gotta take its kid away from it and it'll go fucking bonkers.
I may have a special play where Gus the horse does an onside kick and he recovers it himself. Can you imagine that? A horse picking it up with his teeth and running down? You try to tackle a horse, you're fucking dead. Okay? So again, all your comments are null and void because I just proved you wrong. Just talking out my ass.
That was quite the rant.
All right, Kook, you got another 2 minutes here.
Yeah, alright, well, this is the point where I'm supposed to defend the negative things that were said. Eric just sucked my team off for a minute and a half. Thank you. I don't
Sorry.
have to defend against you at all.
Yeah, come on, man. What are we doing here?
So basically, the whole argument against my team was from you?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I don't take my time away. The least qualified. We had the least qualified guy talk shit, and then my team is clearly the victor. If there was a weakness, I don't see it, and that is the end of my time because I don't really have to defend it. It's that good.
All right. Okay.
All
I'm
right.
ready to go.
He's not going to use his time. I mean,
Yeah.
you as the audience at home who are going to judge this and pick the winner of this, you remember that. Overconfidence, hubris. Hubris, my friend. All right, Eric, you can talk, defend your team, talk some more shit if you want for another 2 minutes.
All right. Yeah, my team's pretty all around. I think my team is the best one to look at. Like I got fucking Tom Cruise, James Vanderbeek. I got fucking
That's a bold approach he's going for.
Scott Conn at tight end or at wide receiver. That the big black guy who bitches at everyone in Friday Night Lights. Like I just got a sexy team. It's nice to look at, easy on the eyes. I mean, I didn't realize that 90% of my team is high school football players. That was unfortunate. But yeah, like
I didn't think of that either.
like these guys are ready to party. Like they're in high school, they want to fuck, they want to go out, they want to drink, they want to fucking party. They're not worried about contracts, that kind of thing. They just want to get their homework done. They want to go see Ali Larder in a fucking whipped cream bikini, get their fingers wet, and play some fucking football. They're not tired. They're not worried about contracts or deals or sponsors or endorsements. They want to get fucked and play some ball. Okay, they want to party. I don't want to watch fucking Al Pacino or fucking Steam and Willie Beeman bitch about their fucking contracts and stuff. I want to see Tom Cruise and the mom from Back to the Future fuck, and they do in that movie. So if you ever want to see that, watch All the Right Moves. Or you could see Scott Conn run around with his bare ass hanging out the whole movie. And you could see, or you could watch some friendly college football movies where Bobby Boucher gets it on with the chick from The Craft. I can't remember her name. Firuza Balk? Yeah.
I think that's it.
Yeah. Anyways. Yeah, so my team, basically sexiest, the funnest, all around good time, fun time movies. Your guys aren't as fun. You got a fucking horse on your team.
You're saying that's not fun?
I mean, that would be funny for like a little while, but then it would just be kind of like, how do you make a movie out of
We're
that?
selling tickets. We're selling tickets.
Okay, I want to watch Adam Sandler act like a fucking moron and run around and make that stupid noise for 2 hours instead of watching a horse.
I want to see Bobby Boucher tackle a horse.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, some tough arguments going around here. But now we're going to pick our MVPs of our team. All right, so we each, out of our 10 players and our coach, 9 players plus our coach, we picked an MVP who we're going to fight for.
I wonder who yours is.
I think it's pretty obvious who my MVP is. I've been talking to him a lot. He was, again, the first overall pick in this draft.
Was he?
Look how good he wears that uniform as well. You're talking about good-looking team? Look at that good boy. I've never seen a better boy.
If he got drafted to the CFL, like there's no way he could carry a CFL ball in his fucking mouth. CFL balls are considerably bigger than
He's
NFL
not
balls.
catching it in his mouth. Look, he's got his hands up.
In
He's
the,
ready.
in the movie, he catches it with his fucking mouth, doesn't he?
I've never seen the movie. As I said,
I've seen it.
I was an MXP MVP kind of guy.
He looks terrified of the ball in this one.
Yeah, like, all you got. How hard is it to scare a dog? Like, and I remember there's a scene where someone actually tackles the dog, and then it's like this big, long, like dramatic scene where like the dog won't get up and it's just kind of laying there. It's like, what the fuck did you think was gonna happen? It's a fucking dog.
Yeah, it's called our trick play dead. All right,
Oh.
You think the ball's dead? No, he's not. Ball up, run end zone.
Big disadvantage for your MVP though is he can't play games during a thunderstorm or if someone's vacuuming. So
all you gotta do is just fucking turn on the vacuum or a lawnmower and it just starts freaking out.
All right, he probably has the best 40-yard dash out of any person on any of our teams.
I'll give him that. He's probably fast as fuck.
Okay.
Like he could probably fucking rip.
Receivers he's a retriever. He's known to retrieve things, okay? It's in his DNA.
Yeah, that's not catching it. That's letting it fall and going and getting it.
You guys are being too mean, and we're going to get PETA involved here. All right.
I think PETA would be fucking full off. I think they'd be on our side for this. That's animal cruelty at its finest.
All right, Kooks,
Make
who's
that
your
dog play
MVP
fucking
here?
football.
My MVP is Mr. Falco Flo himself. Look at one, it's Keanu Reeves. Like it's fucking.
Looks like
Keanu.
he's like in a jazz fucking
he's got
musical
this-
right now.
he's got this
Hey,
little-
stay cool,
He
boys.
unites the team with his quicksand speech. If you haven't seen the movie, very good speech.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, and then he also in that final game, he gives those inspirational words that we'll never forget. Pain heals, chicks dig scars.
They don't. Chicks
Glory
don't dig
lasts
scars.
forever.
I thought
Glory
chicks dig
lasts
scars. I thought he
forever.
taught me that. And
Yeah,
then
man.
chicks were like, ew, what's that on your dick? Like, what happened?
I've showed girls my hernia scar and they do not dig that shit.
So he's a liar.
Yeah, so I go up to
okay.
girls at Cowboys and just show them my hernia scar and they're like, who are you and why are you showing me
All
your-
Shane
the top
Falco's
of your
good
dick?"
at is scraping muscles off the bottom of a boat.
And winning football games. He won some football games. He
Yeah.
won a Heisman.
The Washington, what's the fake team name? The Washington
Sentinels. Sentinels.
No, that's not right.
S-E-N...
Sentinels?
Sentinels.
I don't fucking
He
know.
quit on his team and came
He
back.
didn't quit. He got fucking cut because the other guy came back from being on strike.
And they, because
You
they
gotta
knew.
research your fucking shit.
Let me talk my shit, okay?
Alright.
He wasn't even there in the final game till the last half, okay?
And then they won.
Yeah, they came back and then they did the fucking what's this song that they danced to?
Okay,
Oh.
that's a great scene.
He's my
Diana
MVP.
Ross.
He's got flow, wise words. He was a stud athlete.
I will survive. No,
And
Yeah.
I will survive.
this is Keanu. So if you don't vote for my team, he'll John Wick all of you. In fact, that's probably what happened. That was his original dog, and then
Yeah.
Shit.
Fuck.
There's a connection there.
All right. I still think he's a terrible choice, but I don't have any bad words to say about him.
I just don't like him.
That's such a flattering photo of my player.
All right.
I'm up now. I got my boy Bobby Boucher. His grunts, his moans, the noises he make are just unbelievably sexy to me. I think they're hilarious. What are you doing? Oh,
No, just kidding.
yeah. But the water boy, man, like he comes out of nowhere. The guy doesn't drink. He loves his mama. He just wants to get in Vicky Valancourt's pants, but he's doing it the honest way. He wants his mom's blessing first. He's a walk-on. Never played football. Brings a Division III team to win a championship when he's never even touched a football before. He talks funny. His coach is Henry Winkler, Fonz from Happy Days. Just an all-around good guy. He's a Southern dandy, Southern boy, good old boy. He's got a pet. His mom and him have a pet donkey. Yeah.
Again, we're not shit talking him like we were ours. He doesn't know how to play football.
No,
He
doesn't know
does,
the
man. He knows
rules.
how to sack ass, man. He knows how to fucking rip ass. Picture the QB as whoever he's not into that week.
Isn't his first points for the other team because he runs it in their own?
Yeah,
zone?
but it's a learning curve, man. You gotta.
Here's what I have to say. You're talking about a 33-year-old freshman in college.
31-year-old. Okay.
So he doesn't get out of school till 34, maybe 35. 2 years with the Pittsburgh Steelers. They had a guy get paralyzed. Bobby's done. His game's over.
I mean, you can't. There's not always going to be a place to take an airboat to the football game. Okay, that's not always going to work. You're going to get stuck in traffic a couple times.
This is true. And his mama's getting older, man. What if she real dies?
Oh man, if his mom dies, he's done.
He's done.
Done.
I just like the noises he makes, okay? I think it's funny. Sometimes I just watch those on my own time just to hear his grunts and moans and his wailing at the quarterbacks of the opposing teams. And yeah, I don't know. He brings a team together and brings them from lose. They're on a 42-game losing streak, and then he brings them to a championship. So, what did your dog fucking do that?
My dog went on to star in 9 other movies, played 8 other sports, and win in every single one of them.
But I'm sure that dog in the original one died after this one, and then they had to replace.
You don't know that. You don't say that.
He's probably played by like 15 different golden retrievers.
And for the record, the Bourbon Bowl was not the championship. It was just a bowl game. They lost their first 3 games. They didn't go to a championship.
Well, whatever. I guess I'll just go fuck myself, I guess.
Also, you like to see homos naked.
Yeah. That was even from the same movie. The same guy.
All right. We got our MVPs.
I
now
do like to see homos naked.
Again, last remark. I think Bobby Boucher's mom's a better tackle than he is.
Right.
Yeah, when she tackles his dad at the end, it makes that fucking noise. I'm gonna put that noise as my ringtone after this.
All right, we got our MVPs. I got a poll up right now. Hopefully it worked. Pick who you think is winning this debate so far before we get into the final rounds. But now we got our MVPs. It's time to get to the coaches, the glue of the team, the men in charge, the kings of the castle. Calling the plays. I'm realizing I should have picked Henry Winkler. I mean, that guy could come up with some plays.
Yeah.
Just got to picture the other person as a baby.
Yeah, or a puppy.
Or a puppy.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick Gene Hackman. Like, he didn't even do anything that cool in fucking The Replacements.
All right, so far, I think maybe only one person voted, and it's 100% to Ryan.
Fuck
3 people.
Oh, 3 people voted. Again, so all of you guys hate animals is what I'm learning, and hate special needs people.
Yeah, get on here and vote, man.
So
I think I clearly have the best team, and that's just a thing that happened, guys.
that's a shame on you.
So now we're gonna watch some.
Well, let's judge by the coach's speech then. Maybe you guys can make it.
We have our coaches' speeches and then basically our closing remarks here before we lead the final poll to you. So things can change, okay? Because I'm sure The Rock has a great speech.
Come on, man. Tweeter, the new Tweeter end zone dance fucks my shit up.
All right. So
Get on there and vote, people, for Varsity Blues, man. That movie's fucking lit.
all right, I have Eric's up here first, so we'll play that one. Again, as I think we asked, we were like, does Gene Hackman even have a speech in this movie?
He says things in this movie, so that's enough.
So it's going to remind me here.
Listen up. This time tomorrow, the strike will be officially over. Now, Dallas has made a big mistake out there tonight.
Why do you look so sad there? He can't hear anything.
There is no tomorrow for you. And that makes you all very dangerous people!
That was his speech.
That was it?
That was it.
There's no tomorrow for them.
Again, he's a good coach.
Hey, it makes sense though. Those guys got fucking nothing to look forward to, man. They got tonight's, and then that makes them dangerous people. Like, what the fuck they got going on tomorrow?
Yeah, but a speech is not.
It was hardly a speech. I think the real speeches in that movie are Falco comes in. He's got the quicksand speech, and then he has the chicks have scars speech.
No, chicks take scars.
Chicks
Chicks do have scars.
Chicks have C-section scars.
Yeah, I've seen girls with some scars.
That's only if you're at the Rock in Brandon, Manitoba.
Yeah.
It's C-section scars last forever.
C-section scars are forever. Chicks, I don't know.
All right.
Who's up next?
So I don't think this is helping Eric's case at all.
Yeah, fuck's sakes. I mean, Gene Hackman though, he's a great actor, but very forgettable in this movie.
All right, we'll end on Pacino's because we all know that's the money.
Oh man, that shit is fucking lit, fam.
This is it. The day you've been waiting.
Now just picture him saying this to himself as
I know you're
quarterback.
nervous.
Think
So
about
am
that.
I. My first game too. Now it's time to go out there and put it on the
His
scoreboard.
first game, that really
Now
puts him
it's
at a
time.
disadvantage for you.
See who has the heart. Now is the time to prove to yourselves and prove to everyone out there that even though you're locked up,
These guys are on other gangs,
They're
and he's
13.
coming together. He's making
Well,
gang
worthy.
members come together. That's a
you're able to
coach.
do something special that no one else in the world can do. Which you can walk through those doors,
Just the
hold your
worst
hands up
quality
high, and
video,
call
too.
yourself
Yeah.
Mustang.
What the fuck? I can't even. I forgot about this movie. Like they're a bunch of prisoners, or they're a bunch of like juvenile delinquents,
Yeah, exhibits the assistant coach.
and The Rock just wants to play some ball.
There's like
One of
that
them
one-
gets shot.
Yeah, there's like a gang shooting.
The
Oh.
Mustang
Because like the
Challenge.
one Crip member like stands up for a blood member or something,
So we're seeing The Rock with hair.
right?
I don't think I care for it.
Alright, so The Rock just admitted that was his first game coaching, and I'm pretty sure that's the only game he coaches in that movie.
It was their first game because they had to go through so many trials as a fucking bunch of kids in jail trying to like play against actual kids like in high schools. Like imagine like being on a high school team like, yeah, we're playing a bunch of kids in jail.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Or then we get stabbed
I'm
tonight.
staying home.
Oh, the money shot.
All right.
I don't know what to say. Really.
Hey.
It's a raspy fuck.
3 minutes to the biggest battle of our professional lives. All comes down to today.
There's my linebacker.
We heal
I've heard about Dennis Quaid.
this
Cap.
team.
Yep.
We're gonna crumble. Inch by inch, play by play, till we're finished. We're in hell right now, gentlemen.
What's that like Illuminati fucking logo?
That's the team, man. The Dallas Knights.
I
That's
knew
the
they were
team.
the Knights. I didn't know they had like an
Get the shit
Illuminati.
kicked out of us, or we can fight our way back into the light. We can climb.
My
out of
man.
hell,
It's Steamin' Willie Beeman.
1 inch at a time.
He's no Moxon, but he'll do.
Now I can't do it for you. I'm too old. I look around, I see these young faces, and I think,
Dennis Quaid young.
I
Fuck
mean,
off.
I made every wrong choice a middle-aged man can make.
This is Eric in 15
I
years.
pissed away all my money. I chased off anyone who's ever loved me. And lately, I can't even stand the face I see.
That's me in a nutshell, man. Might as well be
You know,
saying
when you
Steve.
get older in life, things get taken from you. I mean, that's part of life. But you only learn that when you start losing stuff. You find out life's this game of inches. So is football.
Why did the videos change?
Because in either game,
Or is this how it actually is in the
life or
movie?
It's actually
Oh.
Yeah, actually, it's all
the
fucking
margin
choppy
for
and
error
weird.
is so small. I mean, 1/2 a step too late or too early.
Oh yeah, because
You
wasn't this
don't
like
quite
just
make it.
improvised too?
1/2 second
Like a lot
too
of it?
slow,
Yeah.
too fast, you don't quite catch it. The inches we need are everywhere around us. They're in every break of the game, every minute, every second. On this team, we fight for that inch. On this team, we tear ourselves and everyone else around us to pieces for that inch. We claw with our fingernails for that inch. Because we know when we add up all those inches, that's gonna make the fucking difference between winning and losing. Between living and dying.
Well, I guess he's really into it, hey?
It's the guy who's willing to die who's gonna win that inch. And I know if I'm gonna have any life anymore, it's because I'm still willing to fight and die for that inch. Because That's what living is.
I'm ready to just like go tackle somebody. Like, I just want to fuck shit up right now.
Now I can't.
Oh yeah, I forgot he's in this
Me
movie.
too.
There's lots of famous people in this movie, like James Woods even was in this movie.
Look into his eyes. Now I think you're gonna see a guy.
Fucking LL Cool J just chilling there with his sunglasses on.
You're gonna see a
Halftime,
guy
I gotta put my sunglasses back
who will
on.
sacrifice himself for
Stephen
this
Willie
team
Beeman. I keep the
because he
ladies
knows
creaming.
when it comes down to it, you're gonna do the same for him. That's a team, gentlemen.
This is worth the copyright strike on YouTube.
Either we heal now as a team, or we will die as individuals.
So I got Jim Brown's just standing in the back, just fucking
That's
chilling
football.
with his friends. Just stand there and look fucking tough, buddy.
Just get ready.
That's all it is. Now, what are you gonna do?
Ah!
Okay,
Woo! I'm all jacked up on Mountain Dew, baby.
all tingly, guys. All goosebumpy.
Alright, yeah, fuck. It's probably the pinnacle of speeches.
Yeah, like I don't think it gets much better than that.
But
I mean, Gene Hackman's was kind of cute, but that one's actually inspirational.
let's give some honorable mentions too, because there are a lot of football speeches. I think football speeches in movies have probably the best halftime speeches over like hockey and basketball and all those other ones.
Yep.
But what are some other honorable mention football movie wise?
Mox gives. A
Mox
good
gives.
one.
I always think of Preacher in Friday Night Lights.
Yeah,
and they're like,
you
we
guys-
sweat just like they do.
You guys just
We work
talked.
just like we do.
You just mentioned both my players, my QB and my fucking D line.
Well,
Yeah, Preacher Man gives a deadly one. It's not really a speech; it's more just him fucking yelling at his teammates. Moxon gives a good one when he fucking
When they kick John Boyd
when
out
they,
of
when they
the
kick
locker
John
room.
Boyd, when they kick
Trying to think.
Coach Kilmer out of the fucking
does
locker room.
Denzel not give a
Coach
good
Bud
one?
Kilmer. Like, you should have picked Coach Bud Kilmer.
Like, does Denzel give a good speech? I'm trying to think.
Yeah, he does. It's
No, what's his ass does?
I was
The-
thinking
not
it's
the-
another
the-
like a
the-
quarterback or
the other guy.
Richard.
I don't know. Anyways, yeah.
there's a lot of good football speeches, and if anyone has a dope like compilation, let us know because I'm all hyped up now. Now I want to go to the gym or something.
Yeah, right.
I'm not doing that. I hope.
Oh, shit.
And for those of you who are wondering why I'm wearing a sweater, I'm sweating my bag off. It's because I accidentally wore green shirts. So that's happening. Oh man, I'm taking this off for the rest of the show, man. Like I'm
Go.
sweating like a bastard.
We're just gonna do our closing remarks here, then put up a poll and see who wins, and then we're gonna. I mean, we've been talking football movies all night, but we're gonna kind of suggest our favorite.
That was kind of cool.
Yeah, a nice
I
background.
got some nice shoulder pads.
Yeah.
All right,
You can see the Steve Miller Band logo. Anyways,
bring my team up here. I'm gonna do a closing remarks here and tell you again to prove to you why my team is the superior team here. Again, I don't have to say it. Dogs win football games.
they win hearts as well.
They win hearts. You're gonna want to go see this team. If you see a team with a horse, a dog, and 2 rocks, and a bunch of 10-year-olds, tell me you don't want to go at least watch them play.
But what happens when one of them shits on the field? Do they have like a special guy for that, or they have to shut down the game? What if the dog or horse is like running while it's mid-game or mid-play and they shit themselves?
Is there a rule where you get like points or something? Is it like points my way? Is that what you're saying?
I know. I'm actually just wondering, like, does the ref clean it up? Is there like a maintenance guy? Like, does the team have to pick it up? The owner?
Those are the behind the scenes of
You
Eric
know,
Golden
yeah.
Retriever.
There's a few players on like these 3 guys, like the fat guy, the dog, and the horse. I'd all be concerned about shitting themselves on the field.
I'm not gonna lie. I did build my team around gasps and laughs.
And you have 10-year-olds. Like one of them
and
is gonna shit
10-year-olds.
themselves.
Okay, but again,
Closing arguments.
my team. Just go for laughs. Okay? You gotta laugh. If there's one thing you gotta do, is you gotta laugh. All right. Fuck.
Yeah, I'd be more concerned about the bowel movements of your team.
I like how you're very concerned about that.
that should have been my rebuttal, but
Alright.
I didn't think of that till now when I was watching when I was looking at that picture of the dog. I'm like, man, that thing's definitely shit on the field
Alright.
once or twice.
Kooks, get your remarks, and I'm gonna put this final poll so you guys can get this going.
Yeah, my final remarks. My team is the only team constructed to win a football game. So,
Oh, that's what
if
you're trying to do?
Yeah, if we're
Oh,
trying to
shit.
build the best team. My team would beat both of these teams by a lot, like a lot. Eric's, just because they're in high school, they might have grew up to be decent pros or something. But just, I don't know. It's unfair of 30-year-olds. And you got 10-year-olds. Like, my team is full of...
There's a lot of legal issues with my team.
My team is full of
We're playing in Mexico.
football players. And we got Falco and the Flow leading us, who can speak. We got probably the best running back on the list, Earl Maggett, right?
And then runs around barefoot, man, for most of the movie.
get him some shoes.
Really, to close my arguments, we just saw the leadership speeches, and I don't know about you, but I think it's pretty clear who would make their team run through a wall.
Yeah. Eric.
When you said the best team, I thought you said best looking team.
Yeah.
So I was going for fucking beauty over
Bobby
brawn.
Boucher, a handsome man.
I was going for glamour over grit. But yeah, I didn't think my team through. They're all a bunch of high school pussies. My old lineman is a morbidly obese fat man. My linebacker is a complete moron. My wide receiver is about 5'3". My tight end's deaf. My running back's a pussy. My quarterback is from Dawson's Creek and probably has never actually played football in his life. My kicker, no one's ever heard of. My defensive linemen's a bunch of losers. And my coach was Lex Luthor in Superman. So
shit.
Basically, I was just going for which movie I liked the best, and it was Varsity Blues, and I just
Waterboy.
But I just thought, and I didn't pick the Waterboy because I liked it that much. I just liked the noises that he makes when he tackles people. And yeah, so you guys decide, kid.
All right, so it is up to you. It is now in your hands. Everyone in chat, hit that poll up, vote. There's about 30 seconds left, and then we will reveal the votes, and then we will do some, or we can just get into it now. The poll's about to end. Then we're just going to do our random recommendations that we like to do before we go. I know I forgot to do housekeeping, so I will do that at the end there. And then we're going to get out of here. And please just let us know what you thought of this show. It was completely new in a completely new format. And we're trying new things to start new things.
That's a pretty slutty name too, 3-way. Like people are gonna want to watch this. I expected something completely different.
I tried to find like a clip for like the intro video of like a 80s porn video where it's like, hey, you want to have a 3-way? But I couldn't find it.
And it's hard to
Definitely give us some feedback though on these things, because we are trying to do more structured months.
Yeah, and then so now like our game show we're gonna do next week is probably just gonna be all games, and it's gonna be a whole new game show. And then we're gonna do a week where we just react to internet clips and do just to kind of explore the internet, show what we've been watching and stuff. And then we're gonna kind of be more streamlined, more focused, as well as broadening our horizons. This should also be more of a more audio digestible than our previous shows, which do have a lot of visual cues. So we're thinking of that and always evolving. So let's view the results. I think it's going to be pretty clear. Ooh,
hey,
Eric got a vote, but it is 4-1. Nobody was on my side. I hate you. Kooks is the first winner of Debatable 3-way. Let's also get in the chat here.
Let's see what everyone had to say.
All right.
I want to hear you guys' fucking...
Also, shout out to Kenneth Frequency, gifting a sub, not a tub.
I mean, I could use a new tub.
Yeah.
My tub's pink.
Wait, who's giving out free
Steve
tubs?
Martin and Cheaper by the Dozen is the greatest football coach ever.
Who said that?
Why am I still here? Said that. Shout out to you. How do you vote? Oh, maybe I thought it was there.
Oh, maybe we made it more difficult than we had to be.
We got a horse is a horse, of course.
What is this, a fucking Dr. Seuss podcast?
Eric's team is out, says Nikki.
Fuck. If it's because of my running back. Sorry.
All right, so thank you again. Next Debatable, it'll probably be we might do another draft, or it might just be, hey, debate the best movie sequel, debate the best cartoon, debate the best Simpsons character, and it will be along those lines, always kind of pop culture related, because that is what we tend to stick to.
I'd like to do a hockey one. That'd be kind of cool.
Basketball starts, so I was thinking of doing a basketball draft, but then I was like, there's not that many basketball movies. You got like Coach Carter and like
Space Jam, man. I'd have fucking
Space Jam,
Tweety
and the
Bird.
Will Ferrell movie. Actually, yeah, there's a lot.
I'd have
So
Tweety
maybe we'll
Birds and
do all
Point
these
Guard.
sports and then get to other stuff because basketball
Oh.
is starting, so it is topical.
I drew a picture of myself playing football.
Look
I kept my number 54.
at those legs and pure
And
stride.
as you can see, the AS stands for the Angusville Silverbacks. Even though when I did play football, I always played defense. And I only ever actually touched the football.
But just get rid of that.
Fuck, that's
True.
weird.
All right.
Aiden said you got airbud again if we do basketball.
Oh, airbud
Oh, yeah,
is
you got airbud all day.
volleyball, basketball, hockey.
Yeah,
I'm
let's-
gonna get a monkey in there, guys.
Let's do one about fucking volleyball. There's been like, I can't even name a movie about volleyball other than that airbud piece of shit movie.
Our video is
Yeah.
gonna be so confusing.
What?
Since it's invisible, Eric.
I like that.
Well,
Floating
you can't
head.
see what's going on.
All right. But before I forgot to say this in the beginning, these shows are recorded live on twitch.tv/thesparebedroom, where you can hop in the chat, vote in these polls, decide who the winner is. But in case you missed it, don't worry. We still put these up on YouTube the following day, as well audio in the middle of the week on Spotify, iTunes, wherever you find podcasts. You can find the Spare Bedroom. Just search the Spare Bedroom podcast.
Well, recommendations. I recommend Varsity Blues. Boom.
I'm recommending my favorite football movie, Friday Night Lights. I love that movie. I've seen
Not
it so many
Gus.
times. Not Gus. Although I'm tempted to see it now.
I'm
Though
tempted
I
to
hate
see
Don
it.
Nuts. That voice is.
Why are there so many ostriches?
Why are there so many horses on this football field? My recommendation is Any Given Sunday. You just saw that speech. The whole movie is fucking dope.
That's a good movie. I haven't seen that in a while too.
It's a good movie. I remember there's boobs in it.
Yeah, there is.
There it is.
And dicks.
Yep,
If you can do that.
yep.
All
For
right.
the ladies. with
All
big
right.
dicks.
So thank you for tuning in to this brand new show. Once again, for anyone tuning in live or for anyone watches later on YouTube, this has been another episode of The Spare Bedroom, but now this is three-way. Still working title. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I like the sexual innuendo of it.
Yeah.
Once again, if you haven't already, hit that follow button, like, subscribe, leave a comment, tell a friend, subscribe if you can with Amazon Prime, with Twitch Prime as well. And until next time, I'm still Dane, that's still Eric, and that is still Kooks. Everyone out there, enjoy your time. Now get the fuck out of here.
See ya.
Bye.